So in our joints topic, as you can see, we have riveted joints and welded joints initially. Afterwards, we learn about keys and how keys are used to make a cotter joint, knuckle joint, and finally we have pipe joints. Okay, so we'll begin with riveted joints today. So as you can see, in a riveted joint, as most of you might have seen, while crossing the Howrah Bridge or any bridge that is prepared by using riveted joints, so you will see that on both sides of the metallic sheet or the metallic plate, you will find round shaped bolts that are present. How these bolts are made is the process called riveting. Okay, the bolts are actually, the bolts look like this with a round head on one side and a shank. Now you can see on the right hand side, uh, you can see on the right hand side face how the rivet is made. You can see this round cup like die. It is pressed on using a high amount of force on the other side of the shank and pressed as such that the metal deforms and creates a cup like structure or the half cylindrical structure on the other side as well. So both the sides are sealed with a single piece of metal having a cylindrical structure at the center and two semi spherical structure on both the ends. Okay. So that is how riveting is done. As you can see, these are some of the measurements given. T is the thickness of the sheet. As you can see, D is the diameter of the shank, based on which 1.6 times of D is equivalent to the head. The diameter of the head is 1.6 times the diameter of the shank, and the height, as you can see, 0.7 D. Okay, so these are the specifications or the calculations rather for creating a rivet. The rivet can be of done under both conditions. It might be a hot rivet or cold condition rivet also. Okay, শোনা যাচ্ছে তো? হ্যালো,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে।
Yes.
Okay, these are the different types of rivet heads. All these heads are prepared by using a die. Die means a particular shape, whatever you are seeing, the snap head, high button head, pan head, cone head, all these type of dies are available. This type of die is pressed, hydraulically pressed upon, so that we achieve the particular designed head for the riveted joint. All these, there are 8 types of riveted joints, as you can see over here. All these have different utilization in industries. In some cases, you will see, in most of the cases, you will see that the cylindrical portion is similar to each other, only the actual head is different in size, and based on that the naming of the type of the rivet is kept. In some cases, you can see counter shank head. It is somewhat within the material. A screw like structure is present. Sorry, a angular structure is present, and within that structure also some amount of riveting material is present, where apart from the cylindrical structure, the angular portion, this particular counter shank, it helps in we can say carrying the load or stresses present on the rivet. This is a particular example of lap joint. Lap joint comes from the term overlap. When two sheets of metal are overlapping each other and are joined using a rivet joint, it is called a lap joint. As you can see from this particular figure, one sheet of metal is overlapped by another sheet. So that means if it is only overlaid over one or one on the other, under that condition, when a riveted joint is used, then it is called a lap joint. Why I am saying only lap joint? Based on the number of rivet and based on the positioning of the rivet, the different names are specified. Means under lap joint you will find single lap joint, single riveted lap joint, double riveted lap joint, double riveted zigzag joint. So all these terms come under the uh, under the query that how many riveted joints are used, how the riveted joint is used. Like you can see for the first set of metal sheet, only one bolt is present, one riveted joint is present. So this is a single riveted lap joint. In the next figure, you can see there are two sets of riveted joints present, 1 and 2. Both are identically placed from the edge of the overlapping, as you can see. This particular combination is called double riveted lap joint. Now, this is the cross-sectional view. If we have the top view of this particular sheet and the bolts are present like this, that is present at regular interval to each other, then it is called a double riveted lap joint. If it is present in this zigzag manner diagonally to each other, then it is called double riveted zigzag lap joint. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If this particular scenario is present in a angle you know, let me give you one example. Angle means the what we can say, this one. You have done I beam, L beam, T beam, right? So the corner of that, this is the I beam or whatever T beam. If the T beam is attached using riveted joint by overlapping, then this particular type of joint is called angle joint. Okay, this particular joint is called angle joint, where a particular beam is used to attach two sets of or two separate sheets of metal at 90° to each other with an angle of 90° to each other. So that is the lap joint. Okay. Similarly, if you go for a beam, say I beam, in case of I beam, you will find this type of joint present. But the I beam, as you can see, the cross section of the I beam is given. If I zoom in over here, if I zoom in on the picture, you will find that, yes, this is the cross section of the I beam, and the I beam is joined to another sheet of metal using two separate lap joints or two separate joints on two sides of the beam. This is the column or beam joint, okay, that you see in most of the bridges or any other fixtures that you can see. Next is butt joint. Butt joint comes from the term where two ends of a metal sheet is joined together using a strap, another strap of metal. Okay, so in the first figure that you can see on this side, this particular left figure that you can see my crosshair, right? কার্সারটা দেখা যাচ্ছে তো?
Yes, sir.
So this particular figure that you can see on the left hand top side, these two metal sheets that are present at the bottom are two ends of two separate metal sheets. You can see a cut in the middle, and the hatching line difference in hatching line angle indicates that these are two separate sheets of metal. So these two sheets are joined with the help of another sheet or another strap of metal sheet into a single sheet of metal. Okay, this is called a single strap butt joint. Single strap butt joint. Okay, if there are two sets of metal pieces used, two sets, one on the top, one on the bottom, and similar set kind, that means two ends of two separate metal sheets are joined using two separate strap of metal, then it is called double strap butt joint. Clear?
Yes.
Achha.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Again, you can see on the figure, you can see a figure on this side. There are two sets of metal sheets, two sets of straps, again two sets of rivet, two sets of joints. You can see two set on the left, two set on the right. This is double strap, double riveted butt joint. Okay. Do you want me to write the names? আমি কি নামগুলো এখানে টাইপ করে একবার দেখিয়ে দেবো?
Yes, sir.
আচ্ছা লিখে দিতে ভালো হয়।
আগেরটাই কি করব না এটাতে করলে হবে? এটাতে কি একবার লিখে দেবো নামগুলো? ঠিক আছে,
দুটোতেই করে দিন।
আচ্ছা দুটোতে করে দিন।
পিপিটিটা যখন পাবো দেখে নেব।
না পিপিটি পাবে না।
পাবে না?
না, লিখে নাও।
আচ্ছা স্যার।
হ্যাঁ, অমনি পিপিটি পেলে স্যার দেখে নেব। এই যে তোমাদের যে বইটা আমি শেয়ার করেছি, এই ফিগারগুলো সবকটা এক্সাম্পলগুলোই তুমি বইতে পেয়ে যাবে, ঠিক আছে? ওই জন্য বইটা আগে তোমাদের আমি পাঠিয়ে দিয়েছি।
ওকে স্যার।
ওর মধ্যেই সব এক্সাম্পলগুলো দেখবে ডিফারেন্ট হিসেবে দেয়া আছে। আর তাছাড়াও আচ্ছা, কিছু কিছু ফিগার আছে অন্য জায়গা থেকে নেওয়া, ওগুলো দেখলে বুঝতে পারবে যে, রিলেট করতে পারবে যে ওটা কিভাবে করে কাজটা হচ্ছে, ঠিক আছে? ঠিক আছে, সিঙ্গেল রিভেটেড ল্যাপ জয়েন্ট, ডাবল রিভেটেড ল্যাপ জয়েন্ট, ডাবল রিভেটেড এটা টপ ভিউ, অ্যান্ড ডিফারেন্স বিটুইন ডাবল রিভেটেড জিগজ্যাগ ল্যাপ জয়েন্ট, অ্যাঙ্গেল জয়েন্ট, কলাম অ্যান্ড বিম জয়েন্ট, ঠিক আছে? আর কোনো এক্সাম্পল ওটা মিস করিনি তো? আচ্ছা হ্যাঁ, এইখানে না একটা জিনিস আছে, এটা চেন হবে, ডাবল রিভেটেড চেন ল্যাপ জয়েন্ট, টার্মটা মিস হয়ে গেছিল। আচ্ছা, elevated single slab butt joint. Yes. So single riveted single strap butt joint, single riveted double strap butt joint, double riveted double strap butt joint. Okay, so these are the three types of butt joint. This since তোমরা মেকানিক্যাল থেকে I expect you can tell me a difference between these two. These two are similar images, but what is the difference? Can anyone tell me? এই দুটো ফিগারের ডিফারেন্স কি? দুটোই ডাবল স্ট্র্যাপ, ডাবল রিভেটেড ডাবল স্ট্র্যাপ, ডিফারেন্সটা কি?
স্যার সেকেন্ডটায় প্যারালাল নয়।
ইয়েস, সেকেন্ডটায় প্যারালাল নয়, এখানে হিডেন আছে, ইন্ডিকেটিং আমরা একটু আগে যেটা দেখেছি, হোয়াট উই হ্যাভ সিন হিয়ার, ইট ইজ জিগজ্যাগ প্যাটার্ন, চেইন প্যাটার্ন নয়। জিগজ্যাগ হলেই তবেই at a certain section we can only have one set of riveted joint, another set will be hidden behind it, right? So this one is double riveted double strap chain butt joint, chain, and this one is zigzag. ঠিক আছে, বোঝা গেছে? আচ্ছা, so these are the different types of butt joint. You can see the double riveted double strap zigzag butt joint from the top, how it looks. So basically cross section যেটা ছিল সেটা তোমাদের এখানে দেখানো হয়েছে, and it looks like this. Okay, so got the different types of joints, lap joint and butt joint. What are the different types?
Yes. Yes, sir.
আরে এটা তো এমনি জ্ঞান দাও।
Can anybody tell me what this is? Fullering and caulking.
এটা জানা নেই স্যার।
তোমরা আগে জয়েন্ট করো, রিভেটেড জয়েন্ট তোমাদের ইয়েতে হয়নি?
এটা ফুলারিং এটা করাইনি স্যার।
না এমনি তোমরা রিভেটেড জয়েন্ট করেছো তো?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
প্রোডাকশনে
প্রোডাকশন
মানে অন্য সাবজেক্টে?
হ্যাঁ, ওই মানে ইঞ্জিনিয়ার ইডির সময় একটুখানি বলেছিল আর কি, ওই সেকশনাল ভিউ এর সময় একটুখানি বলেছিল।
ও আচ্ছা 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 আচ্ছা। Anyways, this is basically this particular tool, that is the fullering tool and the caulking tool, are used to seal or to what we can say, add pressure on the riveted joint when a riveted joint is used in cases where high pressure is involved. Suppose a pressure vessel will attain a very high pressure within the uh, within the enclosed area, and for that riveted joints are used, so it can hold the pressure. So using the fullering and caulking tool, what we do is we tighten up tools. This particular set of tools are used so that the beveled edges are hammered, and the using the blunt edges আমরা এটা hammering করি so that the joints can be made airtight. Okay.
Yes sir.
So these are the different things about riveted joint, and within riveted joint the lap joint and butt joint. Next we'll go into welded joint. As you can see, in welded joint there are different scenarios where welding takes place. It can be on the angle, and it can be only or filling up between two metal pieces. তোমরা ফার্স্ট ইয়ারে ওয়েল্ডিং এর ওয়ার্কশপ কি করেছো, বা কোনো ভিডিও কি দেখেছো ওয়েল্ডিং এর?
হ্যাঁ স্যার, ভিডিও।
হ্যাঁ, এখন তো বন্ধ আছে, সেজন্য প্রবাবলি ওয়েল্ডিং এর তোমাদের ওয়ার্কশপ হয়নি। সো ইন দ্য ভিডিও ইউ ক্যান সি এ পারসন, he was creating a butt joint, butt weld. Two piece set of metal sheets were taken, and with between that two metal pieces a joint is made, right? That was the video, I think, right? আমি ঠিক বলছি কি? Okay, anyways, so as you can see, this is the cross section of a welded joint. The left hand side we have the butt weld joint, on the right hand side we have fillet weld. Fillet weld, you might have heard the term fillet in drawing also. The butt weld, as you can see, is the gap between two ends of metal sheets. These are two different metal sheets, and the end point of the two metal sheets are welded. So this is the weld phase, as you can see from the hatching. This is the total area, is the fusion zone, where the metal piece along with the welding material mixes with each other and creates the weld. The angle required for the welding is called the bevel angle, and the total angle between the two consecutive metal sheets within which the welding is done is called the groove or included angle. Okay. For the fillet weld, it is the corner of a right angular orientation of a metal sheet. In this particular corner, as you can see, some portion is welded to make a rounded corner like structure at this particular end. The line of intersection of the two metal sheets which are angular at 90 degree to each other is called the root. The intersecting line is called the root. The total length of material which is welded is the throat. The end of the welding material and the or the junction of the welding material and the metal piece is the toe. The whole area or the whole piece of welding is called fusion zone. Top half of the welding or the external face that is visible from the outside is the welding face, and whatever the length of the welding is, that is the weld size. Okay, as you can see, both side weld size is mentioned. Okay, so these are the different types of welding joints that are done. The same, as you can see, these are different types of welding joint. All the different types of welding joint, for which type of welding joint, which type of how the material sheets are present, all are present given here. And from this particular set of illustration, you can find or you can have a better understanding how or which form of weld is to be done based on the symbol, as you can see over here, based on the symbol. So initially we have the lap joint, that is overlapping of two metal sheets. So this corner, when it is welded by two overlapping of two metal sheet, it is a lap joint initially. Then we have the butt joint that we have already seen. Then we have a T joint, when a sheet of metal is placed perpendicularly on another sheet of metal. Then we have the corner joint, that is two metal sheets placed on one another and the corner is welded. Then it is the corner joint. We have the fillet joint. We have seen currently, we have the fillet joint where the corner of two metal sheets is done. Then we have a square joint. Square joint means all throughout the thickness of the material is welded. As you can see from this particular table, let me zoom in for some. You can see the symbol of fillet is a 90-degree triangle, indicating that is the corner of the perpendicularly placed metal on one another. Okay, square butt joint, that is the whole area or the square is formed by the welding material is given by a symbol nearly represented as a pi. You can see it looks more or less like a pi. Then we have the V butt joint, that is the by default butt joint that we can see. And if it is done on both the side, if the material is too much thicker, then double V butt joint, that means same type of welding is done on both the sides, considering the half length or the half thickness of the material is the midpoint. Okay, then U shaped butt joint, where the corner or the end of the material is cut and welding is placed on that cut, so it looks like a U with a line over it. This is a double U butt joint, similar setup as double V butt joint. Okay, This is a single bevel butt joint. Bevel means one set of one material is at 90 degree and the another one is angular in nature. So single bevel butt joint. You can get an idea from the symbol that the amount of weld required in the cross section is similar, nearly similar to the symbol of the type of weld that we are talking about. Then we have the single bevel butt weld with broad root face, and extended portion is present over here. So a line is added to the symbol to represent that. Okay. This is a double bevel butt joint, as you can see. Double bevel butt weld with broad root face, where additional root face is present, that the gap or the root amount is increased. This is a spot welding. Spot welding means some welding somewhere in between spots. Then seam welding, that is joining two metal sheets using seam welding. And then edge, you can see edge we have already seen over here in this particular figure, corner or edge. Similar type of joint is the edge welding. Okay, so these are the different types of welding joints, as you can see. If you want to remember, this is the easier form where in a single set of image all the different types of welding joints are shown. You can see corner, edge, T, butt, lap. Even this one is lap, this one is lap. All of them are lap joints. So this is the corner joint, this is a butt joint, T joint, edge joint. The only one missing is the spot or seam welding. Rest of them are nearly given. This butt joint present on the opposite side is the double butt. If the shape is not V, then it is double V. So U, then it is a U butt joint. If it is V, V butt joint. Double sided means double V butt joint or double U butt joint. So like that. Okay.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Achha. Page 163. I think I have given you guys, shared the book PDF with you guys. Let me check once in your classroom. Yes, I've shared the PDF book with you. In that book, if you go to page number 163, a set of welding symbols are given. Okay, so go through all of them, and along with that, on page number 164, on page number 164, the type of welding joint is elaborately given along with the definitions and the symbol, the way it is illustrated and represented, and how it is symbolized. Symbolized means when you are actually doing a designer, working as a designer, then there are certain symbols like we have seen already over here. The certain symbols are present. So how the symbols are represented in the images so that the manufacturer can follow those symbols and do the correct type of welding in those parts. Okay, so in page one, from page 163, this kind of what are the different symbols and what are the different ways to show the symbols in the figure is given. Okay, here you can see the welding conventions. These are the welding conventions where it indicates how the welder should weld or continue with the weld. The first one, number one sign, you can see a hollow or a clear circle is drawn. That clear circle indicates, or the arrow indicates, that the welding should be all around. Okay, the welding should be all around the area where this particular arrow is pointing to. Point 2 indicates that with this circular, dark circular or filled circular pattern, it indicates that the welding, or what we can say, the welding joint is to be done on the spot, not all around. Okay. And the last one that you can see, SAW, that stands for submerged arc welding. Submerged arc welding, SAW. Okay. And lastly, these are the two final symbols, or symbols representing the afterwork of the welding. M indicates machining, G indicates grinding. So after the welding is done, the surface is to be machined or grinded is determined by these two symbols. Whichever is present, you will have to go through that particular type of machining, okay, type of finishing actually. So suppose, let me give you one example. This particular field. So as you can see, the what the symbol indicates, two identical V's. So from that we can have the understanding that I think this one, yes, it will be a double V butt joint. So you get the idea how the symbol is shown. So this symbol indicates a double V butt joint. Similarly, suppose this one. Suppose this one. So as you can see, this is a cylindrical structure placed perpendicularly on this sheet of metal. So this indicates, see, the circle is given, so indicates that all around the corner, the welding is to be done, and it will be this triangle indicates that it should be a fillet form of weld. So a fillet welding all around. Again, you can see two triangles. So that indicates that this sheet of metal, this additional sheet that should be placed on this cylindrical edge, is to be double filleted and nothing is given, so the material is not mentioned if it is all around, because it doesn't go all around. There is some portion of this material that is going to get attached, so double filling it will strengthen the weight or strengthen the position of this piece of metal. Clear? Again, say one or two type is given only. Let's direct example. I think this one will be. This might be. So this is another one. So you can see from this indication, that is this underlying indication, that it will be a single J butt. You can see single J butt as given over here. So single J butt to be done on this particular piece of metal, not a fillet weld. So the symbols are represented as such, and whatever the symbol is present, based on that understanding of the symbol, the manufacturer creates the welding joints. Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this much is for riveted and welded joints. I will give you a actually two sets of questions for the reports. One report, number one for the screw fastener one, and number two for the riveted and welded joint. Now for each and every question, suppose if the question stands as the type of different types of say riveted welded joint, so you don't need to draw all these particular figures. You will draw a particular table. Even the table that is given in 163, 164, you can remove some of the columns, and only the name of the form of the welding along with the illustration and the symbol is required. That is this much shown over here, but all of them should be there, and the drawing should be neat and clean. That means you should not draw a straight line by freehand, and it should not be wavy. Use a scale, draw it a simple straight line. That's all. Okay. কেউ যদি রিপোর্টে ওরকম হাত দিয়ে টেনে একটা রাফ ওয়ার্ক করে দিয়েছো, ওটা কিন্তু ঠিকঠাক রিপোর্ট হবে না। তোমাদের তো শিট করতে আমি দিচ্ছি না, ইউ উইল ডু ইট ইন A4 কপি। তোমাদের একটা কপি আমি বলেছিলাম ইনিশিয়ালি, কপি বা শিটস জোগাড় করতে। সো তাতেই তোমরা জিনিসগুলো বানাবে, এবং পরপর অপর পেজগুলো ওই রিপোর্টের একটা প্রিন্ট ফটো তুলে PDF বানিয়ে আমাকে যখন সাবমিশনের টাইম থাকবে সেখানে এই ক্লাসরুমে এসে সাবমিট করে দেবে। ঠিক আছে? আর হার্ড কপি অফ দ্যাট রিপোর্ট ইউ উইল কিপ ইট উইথ ইউ। বলো ইন্দ্রনীল।
না স্যার।
For screw fastener, one individual report will be there. For fillet riveted and welded joint, another set of report will be there. So these are the two reports you will initially submit, and then afterwards we'll have 3 or 4 more reports. Whatever you are writing in the report, read it carefully. From that portion only that you are writing in your report, and assessment will be done at the end of the session. Okay?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. So I will stop the recording now.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.